Our next story is about General Qamar Javed Bajwa, the Chief of Staff of the Pakistan Army, and perhaps the most powerful man in the country. He is due to retire in November after 6 long years in power. But ahead of that, he's trotting the globe, receiving one state honor after another. The latest one comes from the United States. The Pentagon, to be precise. It has decided to accord the honor cordon to General Bajwa. What's that? It's a military honor, which is usually reserved for the US President, the Vice President, statutory appointees, US Army generals, or foreign dignitaries occupying positions similar to such posts. This essentially signifies a gesture of goodwill. For instance, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh got one when he visited the Pentagon back in April for bilateral talks with his counterpart. And now General Bajwa is expected to get the same honor. On the face of it, it seems to be a ceremonial gesture alone. But some analysts don't see it quite like that. They're a bit suspicious about America's intentions. Why? Because first of all, rarely do Pakistani officials receive such an honor. That to army officials, forget civilian leaders. That's one reason. The second reason has to do with the timing of all this. You see, this honor comes barely weeks after this development, America's decision to sell F-16 equipment to Pakistan. Last month, it approved a $450 million F-16 fleet sustainment package for Pakistan. A package that America claimed Pakistan needed to counter emerging terror threats. This move was followed by another interesting development, a statement by the US State Department. Last week it said that Pakistan was as important a partner for America as India. Listen to this.
We look to both as partners because we do have in many cases shared values. We do have in many cases shared interests. And the relationship we have with India stands on its own. The relationship we have with Pakistan stands on its own.
So let's get this straight. First, America approves the F-16 equipment sale to Pakistan. Then it calls Pakistan a partner with shared interests. And now it decides to accord an honor cordon to Pak's army chief. How should one perceive all these developments? We understand that General Bajwa is America's darling. He is the face of Pakistan in Washington, D.C. and has worked closely with America in the war on terror. So him being honored by the Pentagon is not surprising. But is he really in America for a week of goodbyes? Is this really a farewell tour, or is there more to it? From the looks of it, there seems to be a realignment of sorts in America's South Asia policy. It appears to be balancing out its equation with India and Pakistan. It no longer wants to tilt towards one side at the risk of the other. And this appears to be the reason behind America's gestures towards Pakistan. Another reason could be to pull Pakistan out of China's ambit in particular. Just look at some recent developments and you'll be able to join the dots. Let's begin with the 29th of September. The US Embassy in Islamabad put out this tweet in Urdu. It translates to, and I quote, "A good friend makes even bad times good." A reference to the financial aid that America is giving Pakistan to recover from the recent floods. And 24 hours later, the Chinese embassy in Pakistan put out this tweet. It talked about China's relief assistance to Pakistan. The caption read, "A friend in need is a friend indeed." So what does all this tell you? Two things. One, the US wants to shore up Pakistan as a partner, re-establish transactional ties with the country, and reward Islamabad for taking sides against Russia. The second big takeaway is Pakistan's ability to swing the ball both ways. It is welcoming America's gestures with open arms. At the same time, it's still benefiting from Chinese aid. But this balancing act could very well backfire as this game of push and pull between the US and China intensifies. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.